Welcome back in the sewing room. So glad y'all are here. I am. It's almost Easter. Almost. But this is not an Easter project. This is something I've been working on. And here it is. Tommy Turtle. I named him Tommy. I don't know why. Timmy or Tommy. I just named him Tommy. I've already traced him out here. Y'all can kind of see the red there. Your pieces come like this. Not all together. You've got piece A, B, C, and D. And you line them up to make your big piece here. Easy peasy to line up. I've given y'all lots and lots of registration marks on each piece. All four sides. Plus this in here lines up perfectly because I just enlarged the original, so it's all perfect. Okay? You all can make him any size you want him. As big or as small as your little heart desires, or your shirt is, or your quilt block, or whatever it is you're putting him on. You size him up or down. Easy peasy, right? Yes. And then we have, you get all these pieces. You've got 3 pages like this. Page 5, 6, and 7 are your individual pattern pieces. Alright? And as always, you start with number 1, and you do these in order, and you build him. So your bigger pieces may go on the bottom, and you may have like his mouth and his eyes go right on top of his face. They're not cut out. Okay? His little toenails go right on top of his feet, legs, whatever you want to call them. Okay? Your leaves just go right over his face and so forth. So that's how you do him. And I try to do that with all of them and make them so easy peasy for you all to do. So here we go. And then you've got this that you go by, or you can go by your big one, whatever. But I always just lay this one back there to the back, and I know piece 1 goes here, piece 2, piece 3, and so on and so forth. Alrighty? So let's get busy. And we've got our bucket of scraps right here. Look here. Our bucket of scraps is growing. Our scrap bucket is growing. Growing. I'll turn y'all down. Turn you down. Bring you over here so you can kind of watch him come together. Got my glue stick. And we're going to start. And for his face, we want something that's kind of not got a lot of thought about pink there, but I don't know about that. What's that? Looks like a twig has blown in the window and into our scrap box. That's not a scrap, you all. No, it's not. What if we made his face like this? Is that piece big enough? It is. Y'all know I just go with this and it's just all scrappy. And to trace it off onto here, you can put it on a window. If you've got a light table, that's perfect. If you don't, I had one of y'all send me one, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It is one of those things that I never knew I needed but now I cannot live without. So, you want to follow your pattern pieces, and you know, we just take our glue stick, and you want to put it face side up always, and then we're just going to cut them out. You want to cut to the inside of your lines. On some scissors. Those are about had it even for paper, you all. Alrighty. Make us a little pile of trash, and that can go back in there. Now see, here's his little face and neck. Right like that. There's piece number 1. We've not glued it down yet, but we will. And you just follow your numbers. There's 2. Three. And 4 is his nose, and it is tiny. You do not have to cut this out. You can use a marker in the end, a Sharpie, or you can cut that out. If you're doing a really small size, you probably don't want to cut it out. You'll never be able to stitch it down. Alright, we're going to do this number 2 and number 3. And when I do these with y'all, it gives me a chance to make any corrections I need to make if I've made a mistake in the patterns. It gives me a chance to correct them before I put them out there for you all. Because I don't want to give y'all something that's not going to work right. I don't. There's piece number 2. That's part of his hat. And you all use whatever colors you want to use. If you want to make it a little girl, then round off the top of his head and put a bow on it. You can do that. I just loved his little hat. There's 3 and 4, 2 and 3. 4 is his nose, and it's so tiny that I think I will just. Matter of fact, I did not even transfer it over here. It just goes like right in there. So, I'm going to take this over there right now, and I'm going to take this Sharpie, and I'm going to trace it on there. Okay? Just like so. Let's see, where is it? It's right here. There we go. I've put his nose on, right like that. Looky there. Easy peasy to put his little nose right there. Just with a Sharpie. And that'll stay forever and ever. Alright, number 5 is part of his eye. And so is number 6. Number 7 is his mouth. And like I said, these will go right on top of, we'll use this red right here for his mouth. Could use pink or red or, you know, just whatever for his little mouth. And this is a little skinny piece, real little skinny piece. Okay, and it goes right here. See, I've left this up so I can see exactly where to place his little mouth. Like that right there. Goes right there. Now let's get our piece of paper off of here. This can be a little tricky. Okay. Now then, that's a little bit long, so I'm just going to cut it off right there, because I think I kind of stretched it a little bit. Now then, I'm going to glue this face piece down. Let's go in here and add our bottom portion of our little hat. Y'all know I just like to make things real scrappy looking. Just real scrappy. And this I'm going to put on a shirt that is not really a sweatshirt, but it's not a t-shirt either. It's more of a French terry type. It's between a long sleeve t-shirt and a sweatshirt. It's for those cool spring days or cool fall days that you don't need a heavy sweatshirt because you might get really hot, but you want your arms covered. So that's kind of what this shirt is that I'm going to be using for this. Alright, now this is part of his eye right here. And I'm thinking I can get some of this black with that white in it. I don't know. But let's see what we've got here. If we lay it down there and we do not like the way that it looks, we will certainly find us something else for it. I do like the way that looks. I do. Alright, let's put his eye on there. And it just goes right along in there. Alright, now then, we need to put the little curve underneath his eye. So I'm just going to come right like this with my Sharpie and draw it on there, just like that. And this is supposed to have another piece for that eye, but I really like the way that fabric is. I don't think it needs it. I think that is good. Okay? Now then, So we don't need number 6, and we've already got number 7. So number 8 is this underbelly part right here. That part right there. There's just some green for some of our leaves. Let's do this piece for under there, for number 8. So here we find our number 8 right here. Number 9 is another very small piece. It goes right there. We're going to color with fabric. That's what I call this, coloring with fabric. And y'all, these, I've not made one yet that did not turn out absolutely adorable. I have not. And so these pieces should not overlap. They should just lay next to each other. And this is also part of this little piece of him underneath his shell. So I'm going to cut it out of this piece as well. Just a different portion of this, okay? So let's put us some glue right in there. And let's add that piece on right there. All right. There's piece number 9. So this is number 10. Goes down through here. Right here. Oh, I did not get that mark right there transferred, but it goes to about right there. But it will cut off and we'll know where it goes. Okay? So let's go back to our scrap basket and get us out a piece for that. Let's see if this will work. It will. And y'all, I'm just pulling pieces. I'm not, there's no matchy-matchy. There's nothing. It's just, will this piece work for that? And that's the way I'm choosing my fabrics. Because if you just trust this whole scrappy process, if you've got fabrics that you like, that you've purchased, and that's what you're using, then you're going to like it. It just makes this so much fun to just start coloring with fabric. Okay, see, here we go. That piece just lays right in there. There's number 10. Trying to keep all this, the trash from the actual pieces. Okay, here's number 11. Number 11, let's see. What about this? It'll fit. We'll go with this piece right here. Let's see, where does number 11 go? It goes right here. I'm referring back to our original piece there. So so I know where it goes. There's number 11. And 12 goes right here. So 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. And of course, we might put some of this in again somewhere, but we don't want to put it next to it. So here's a piece. We'll just go with this. Our glue down. You do not have to use a glue stick. You can print this off on your Wonder Under or your Heat and Bond. We used to call it Wonder Under years ago, but it's actually called Heat and Bond, I think. Now, but you can use that if that's your choice. I just find this is easier and it's much cheaper. Much cheaper. Let's see, number 13. What do we got here for number 13? Let's get us something that's a little darker. What about this? Let's use this piece right here. You just want to kind of mix up your tones. There again, you don't want to leave these big. You want to cut them. If anything, you need to cut them a little smaller. Okay, there's number 13. And where's 14 go? We're jumping down to here to his foot. 14, that's a leg. 14 and 15 are legs and toes. Let's put a little bit of red. We'll do his toes in red. Yeah, let's do his toes in red. Oh, here's a blue. Yeah, we do this blue right here for his leg. You can make them all the same, or you can make them all different. That is your choice, what you want to do. We put down 14, and like I said, 15 goes over the top. Okay, so here's 14. Now then, 15. Will go on the top of this. just because this will be much easier to do this way. Okay, here we go. It goes right up here at the top, the front. Right like that. Now 16 and 17 are a leg and some toes. (16 and 17). 18 and 19 are as well, and so are 20 and 21. And that'll finish off this very first page. Okay, so here are our legs. There's 20 and 21, 18 and 19, and 16 and 17. All right, so let's get those going. When I get those done, I'm trying to cut this out so it's not quite so long, you all. So I'll be back when I get the other 3 legs done. Okay, I got his legs done and his little toes. Now then, page number 2, we're going to start with piece number 22. And that goes right here. So here's 22. I'm going to cut a lot of that off because, you know, we don't need all that. Let's see. We need a kind of a darker piece. We don't want that because it's right next to that. Oh, here's a piece. Let's use this one. Using your scraps up is what makes these so much fun. I just love not to throw away these little tiny pieces that normally would just end up in the garbage. Okay, see, this piece will go right in here, right like that. Add our glue. You can use regular glue and a popsicle stick if that's what you have. But you just need something to hold it down so that then you can sew around it. Now then, 23 goes right here, and then 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. All right, and we're going to do these the same way. And so you all have got the idea. So I'm going to try to speed y'all up just a little bit while I do this. All right. All right. I'll put that down good, right like that. Alright, now then, if you want to, and I don't think I do for this one, but if you want to add the little bush down here, that's number 42, alright? I don't think I want to add that because I'm putting this on a shirt, but if I were making a quilt or something like that, I would definitely be adding this part because it's like where he picked it up from. Now we got one more little piece of his eye to do, his other eye, and it's a little bitty, so let's see. I think I've got enough right here on this little tiny scrap to do it. And then we've got him done. We just have to put him on the stitch him on our flannel, and there again you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, however many layers of flannel you want to use. But since this is not going to be a really cold weather shirt per se, I'm just going to use one. And there's his other eye. I don't know if y'all can see that real well or not because of the glue. But the black is right across the bottom of it. Okay? Now maybe y'all can see his little eye there. Alright. And I'm going to take my Sharpie and draw my stems right here coming into his mouth for our leaves. Just like that. That one needs to go up into his mouth. Right like that. Okay. Now then, can y'all see how I moved that up into his mouth there? Alrighty. Now then, let's put all of our scraps back in our scrap box. Till next time. Till next time. Because we know there will be a next time, don't we? We know that there will be. Got a few pieces over here that need to go back over there. Okie doke. Put the lid on our glue because we're through with that for today. Or for right this minute. Okay. All of our pattern pieces. Okie doke. We'll get all that put in the garbage here in a little bit. Now then, here is our piece of flannel. What did I do with it? Here it is. Here's our piece of flannel. We just want to lay him on here like this right here. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Put that in there. Now then, we're going to go over to the machine. I like to blanket stitch. You can straight stitch around each piece, but I like to blanket stitch them. I think it just finishes them off pretty, gives them a nice edge and everything. So turning on this so y'all can see him. Oh, isn't he precious? I just love him. And we're going to put him on this kind of a lemongrass colored shirt. He'll be pretty on this color shirt. Let's see. Like I said, if y'all want to do this down here, you know, I've given you all the pieces for this as well. I just don't think I want to do it to put on this shirt. Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to blanket stitch all the way around this. And I'm going to start on the outside and go around each piece. All the way around each piece. Okay? And I'm using white thread. I always do. For something like this, I just go with white. If you want to do each piece individually colored thread, I say that's what you need to do. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you need to do. I don't want to. I want it to be quick, so I'm using white. White goes with everything. It'll be perfect. Alrighty? So I'll meet y'all back over here and show what he looks like. Alright, here we go. He's all stitched all the way around. Every piece. Okie doke. Now then, we're going to cut him out. Y'all know I leave a little edge all the way around him. About a ½ inch. Or so. You just want to cut him as best you can around the edge, leaving some around the edge, like I said, about a 1/2 inch. Alright, let's see here what we've got. Just cutting a little tiny bit out of that right there. Just a tiny little bit. Just to give it a little more dimension there on his legs. See, there he is. Now then, we need to find the center of him as best we can, right like that. And we've got our, I had it. Is it under here? Here it is. Our handy dandy neck guide thingy-majigger. Yeah. And we're going to put him on here right like this. You know, I just thought of something that'd be cute. If you had put strings out of his mouth and put some balloons up here, like he was floating in the air. Wouldn't that be cute? It would be very cute. Bring him down just a hair bit, not a lot. Just about right in there. And these colors all look real pretty on this shirt. Yes, they do. This is the way I do this. Lay him down where I want him. Then I fold him back. And start gluing him. And I glue and glue and glue because I do not want him to move about at all. Now then, got him all glued down good. Clean that off around the edge there. I'm going to take it back over here to the machine. I'm going to blanket stitch all the way around his outside. Being very, very careful not to catch the back side of my shirt. Alright. Oh, he's so cute. Alright, I'll be right back. Here it is. I just love it. And like I said, this shirt is not a real heavy shirt. It's a little heavier than a t-shirt, but it's not as heavy as a sweatshirt. It's like a French terry. So these are good for spring and fall. And this one will be really cute to wear this spring with the springy colors and so forth. I got this one at Old Navy, you all. I really like Old Navy's quality and so forth, and their color selections. You can find them on Amazon. They're just French terry sweatshirts, not heavy. And these are cotton. Y'all know I like cotton. I don't like polyester or acrylic. So get y'all back just a little bit so you can see him better. Now then, there he is. Isn't he cute? Let's see if I can get a good thumbnail here. Hold him up. Y'all see my face in this. There we go. There's just a good little thumbnail. Isn't it? Isn't it? There's just a thumbnail. Cute little tortoise. I guess he's a tortoise, not a turtle. Turtles are in the sea and tortoises are on land. So he's got legs. He's more of a tortoise. I call him a turtle. But you know, whatever. Ever. He's just precious. As cute as he can be. Our scrappy little tortoise. Tommy the tortoise. That's what we'll call him. Tommy the tortoise. So, that's going to be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.